The Maimer, the second Maimer on Parshas Tzav, is a continuation of the first Maimer. A biur. This was also said at the Zlobene Chasana. To recap in short, what we learned in the first Maimer, that va'achaltem ochel v'soveya, that the greater neshomas, there is a group of neshomas that were all included in other marish, and they are all after the tzimtzum. There's a group of new neshomas that are from the igul agodl, from Ein Sof Shlifnei HaTzimtzum, and they will eat us, sort of to say. Part of us will be in the Levyos and the Sheir Abor, and by them eating us, we will be elevated to this level of igul agodl. It's a very interesting concept brought from the Arizal, and it fits to be explained at the Zlobene Chasana. So there's a lot of Kabbalah in this Maimer. We'll try to make it through. Says the Alter Rebbe, biur ma'atal pasav achaltem ochel lahovin. We have to understand eich nunei yama. Nunei yama are the greatest neshomas, the fish of the ocean, totally bittul to Hashem, just like a fish is totally bottled to the the water. Without the water, it can't live. These are called nunei yama. The great, the Rabbi, Shehem haneshmos that are from Yichud Abba v'Ima Da'Atzilus. How could they say that they have to be elevated by the neshamas hachadoshos of the lost? It says, the Alter Rebbe likes to explain elsewhere. In the pasuk Eila Mishpatim and Tereh, says a pasuk Yirmiyah says v'zarat is Beis Yisrael zera adam v'zera bahema. Bahema b'gematria ban neshamas the bria. Then there's Adam man neshamas Atzilus. Atzilus is Adam. Why is Atzilus Adam? Because Atzilus is before Yesh Mi'ayin. It's not Yesh Mi'ayin, it's Mehelem Elagilui. Like the word Atzilus comes from the Lashon Vayotzel min haruach. But in Bria, it's Ischachus Yesh Mi'ayin. So since there's a Yesh involved, even if you're on the higher level of the rank and the level of Bria, but it's Efshorius Hayesh. There's a beautiful Ramban. The Ramban says that Bria is Efshorius Hayesh. That's already Behema compared to Atzilus. So the Maimer in Atzilus, there's also 4 levels. In Atzilus itself, there's 4 levels. There's Atzilus, Shebatzilus, Bria Shebatzilus, and Yitzire of Atzilus and Asira of Atzilus. And they are also called Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Atzilus. Yachid is the higher. But the lowest levels are Nefesh, Ruach, Neshama, Atzilus, are Bia in Atzilus. And these 3 levels are Bina, Zo, Malchus. But Yachida is called Atzilus Shebatzilus. Says in the Sefer Al Gilgulim from the Arizal that all the Marishan before the Chet had a neshama of Atzilus, Atzilus Shebatzilus. And this is Pshat in the Zayhan. Adam be'eirach Atzilus Dele'elo. And also, it's also explained in the Zoya that we say also by the minor Lashon. Zoche yata yom le'avaya b'shlimo. That it's Adam be'eirach Atzilus Dele'elo. And on this high level of Adam Rishon, which is Atzilus Shebatzilus, that Eibishter tells this level of Adam Rishon, or do bidgasayom, that you will be dominant over the entire creation, over all fish. I'll soon explain in the Maimer a different explanation in Urdu bidgasayom. It also says In the Zohar, in the Hashmotis, the pieces that were left out. So it brings there regarding Moshe, that Moshe is the davening of Shabbos. What by him it is said, or do bidgas hayom beif hashamayim. We say by davening, Yismach Moshe b'matnas chelki. Because Ma is Odom Be'erech Atzilus Deleilu, like it says, Milgav Iu Shema De'erech Atzilus. He says in the Maimeh that there's 3 madrigas of Biyada Atzilus, B'ri Yitzir Asin Atzilus, Nefesh and Ruach Arbasu Bein, they're considered Zod Atzilus and Malchus Atzilus. And they're considered, then there's higher neshamas that are not from Biyad Atzilus, they are from Chochma Bina Atzilus, not from Zoh and Malchus. That's neshama Atzilus. They are called Nunei Yamo, they're higher level of neshamas. And so it's Masha from the Pirush from the Ishlav Rav and Pasha Chayisora. And the Pirush from the Isla Yitzachayim, even though the Ramaz and the Shmelach explain differently, but from that is als mashma that's a difference between the 2 neshamas. Either they come from the yichud of Zund Atzilus, they're the lower neshamas in Atzilus, from beyond Atzilus, or the neshamas that come from Chochmah Bin Atzilus, totally united with the Rebishter. And he says further, this is Pshat. It's explained in Pasha Bereshis. And the posuk hein ho the moyok achad mimenu. Looked in them zayar. Oh, the mission was higher. Even the mission was a total different level. Because even the neshamas from the very high level, they come from Chochmah Bin Da'atsilut, which is neshama Da'atsilut. We said before in the Maimeh, this is only bria. Legebe Atzilus Chai Yechida. I guess it's Keser and Atik and Arich, other mission was higher. Those Pshatechet in the Medrash Pasha Bereshis. Hey, no, the Moyok Achad Meneki Yechida Shaleilam. Doesn't mean the other was like that. The Bein Shaleilam, like God, it means that he was on this very high level of unity. So they're right in them Zayar, and this level of Adam Adisha, which is from Chai Yechid in Atzilus. On him it says, Urdu bidgas hayom beif hashamayim, or bikol Chaya. So the Ramaz l'shito say the way he's mefarish the Zayar, he's Urdu in Aran Dibya, but according to what we're learning here from the Arizal, we could say that it's not on Da'atsilut, even though they're Nunei Yamo. Shom is Da'atsilut mamish. And Oif is Ruach Da'atsilut, nevertheless. Since they're Biyad Da'atsilut, so the mission is higher, and he is Moshel on them. Because he's from Atzilus Shabatzilus. What does it mean? Urdu bidgas hayom. Urdu bidgas hayom means that you will, Urdu could mean dominate, Urdu could also mean go down. That you will bring down the chayes from this high level of chay yechida Atzilus into the biyad Atzilus, into biyad mamish, because he's the level of Adam and Elyon. This is what it says by Moshe in the Zohar, Madidoch, because Moshe had chaya that's higher than the Neshama Atzilus. He's also connected with Atzilus Shabatzilus, with Chaya of Atzilus, according to the Ramaz, right in Pasha's boy, he had Chayim and Pnimius Arich. That's Ma'ademesha, like it says before the Pasuk in Nosi, that Ma'adi Erech Atzilus is Keser, so Mesha also had Urdu Bidgas Hayom. Says that even more. Or we could say that it's the Malochim, the Atzilus. They are called Nunei Yamo. This is Pshat in the Zehar. You will have all the fish. Stelz of the Shaila Pshat and Zayar. What does he say? Ge'ebesh will give you all the fish. Fish is nunayama. But he wants to say that even nunayama, not only the fish in the sea you will dominate, you will dominate the malach. This is connected to the davening of Shabbos, is connected to Ma'ad Moshe, because Ma'az Bittul and davening of Shabbos, the Ayid is elevated to a higher level of Bittul of the word Atzilus. This is also what we said before in the Maimer Yinosi Shirashidim. Ulchiloch, that Ayid goes to the Shirish and the Shama, which is Machshava Akduma, Chochme v'Keser Elyon. In a whole week, it's only Makif. It's Mazlayu, but then, as Ayid Davent, he has Kumiloch, he goes back to his Shirish. And this is the Aliyah to his Shirish is Shabbos, that's in the Yechida. Das is Pshat and Zoya Madi Doch, Tzlois of the Shabbos. The Itrim Be'er do, that's from there comes the Rudu, that is Moshe V'Shelet, and he brings down all the Amshachas into Biyah. And that's why the Kedesh Yisrael, Reishis Tvos, or the Reishis Mamish. They're the Moker V'Yisrael, even to Torah, because Yidna from the highest Madrigas. This will understand a fascinating Zayar and the Pasuk. Be'el Parei, that it says they told him to come to Parei, which Parei is Tanina Choda. Parei is the fish, the Tanima Godla, the Arevitz B'Techi Erev Mesha was afraid. How could Mesha be afraid of him? Because Mesha is the level of Nunayama. And it says, a Pasuk in Kehelis Kezelu Mazeo Selikim. Rebisha made one level, he made a level in Kedusha. And he made a level in Klippa to counteract it. And just like there's Nunayam in Kedusha, so there's Nunayam in Sadatuma. And this it says, Liv Yosem Nochash Briach, Nunayam, like it's explained there in Parzeh and in Pardes. And this is what you say, Zelu Mazeh, that Liv Yosem and Nunayam in Kedusha, Betachas Abitul Nesos in the Rebiste. But Liv Yosem in Klippa is just the opposite, is the Tachlis Hahel and Veheste. Like it says, the pasuk in Cheskel about Parei, Atani my Godla Asher Omar Liya Edi Vani Asisini is a Yeshvad of a Nifra. What is the counteract to Moshe Rabbeinu's Nunayama? And by Moshe it says Kiambai Mishisiu. Moshe is mi Beis Levi. What does Beis Levi mean? He's from Liv Yosin the Kedusha, totally bottled. And from that level of Levi, he was elevated even higher to Adam Be'erech Da'Atzilus the Leila, like Adam Marisha. Higher from Chayef and Atzilus, like we learned before in the Mahimah. And this is what it says. Or Dubid Gas Hayom. And Moshe was very honored. And he thought he was only at the level of Minamayim Mishisu Nunayama. For Chochma Bina Da'Atzilus, he was afraid to go to Parei. But the Rebbe told him Be'el Parei. Because by Moshe it says, Or Dubid Gas Hayom, you're higher than Nunayama. Because like we said before, Moshe was elevated. And since he was elevated, he was able to be Urdubid Gas Hayom, because he was not for Nunayama, he was elevated even higher, so he doesn't have to be not afraid of his counterpart. This brings out the greatness of the neshamas of Nunayama. And this makes the first kasha, the Alter Rebbe, how do these great neshamas need to have that the higher neshamas should elevate them? So he says further, this is the pshat. And the Levyos, or the big sud of Levyos and Sher Abar Mashiach will come. Even according to the Pirush Ramaz, like we learned before, it's a little different than the Arizal. That are do with Gas Hayom is not Nunayama the Neshamas of Atzilus. What to do with Gasayom is beyond the Malachim Daatsilos. So even the Ramaz will agree that for the Neshamas HaChadoshes that will be revealed when Mashiach will come from Seviv Kol Almin, or do B'dgas Hayom, even these Neshamas Daatsilos that are called Nunei Yama will be elevated. And that's the Levyos. That's a Sudas Levyos, and you elevate these Neshamas of Nunei Yama. Asks the Maimon, how can you say, it's all to make bigger the Shaila, how could you say that the Neshamas of Mashiach, the new Neshamas, will have to elevate the Nunei Yama? Even though that it says in Shara Kedusha that our Neshamas are from our, Yechida is from our, so how could we need elevation? He said that they're in Kesser of Atzilus, so you have to elevate them. But the Neshamas are in Ark. So he says in its Chaim something fascinating. But even Ark is called Odom de Bria. You have, it's explained, I've seen this many times, you have Bria Tzirasiya, Haprotiim, the individual ones, those are the lowest levels. Then you have a whole different map. Bria Yitzirasiya Hakloliim. So on that map, Ak is called Odom de Bria, Akudim is called Odom de Yitzira, and Atzilus is called Asiya. And the eagle Hagodol, the Eidus of Shalifne Atzimtzum, that's Atzilus. So even if the Neshama have the highest Neshama, they come from Ak, but it's Bria compared to Atzilus, Eidus of Shalifne Atzimtzum. That's why La'osi Lovi, when there'll be the revelation of Seviv Kol Almin, even the levels of Nunei Yama that they have the shadish from Bria Ho'elyin. What's Bria Ho'elyin? Ak. Like it says in the Kunizeyan, Odom di Bria, the Ihu Yom, Odom di Yitzir Sheir. Not sure what that means, but even those high levels will have to be elevated through this Nunei Shomes that will be revealed when Mashiach will come. This explains the shine. So he says, we can also explain the Shomes Kadoshes of Seviv Kol Almin that will be revealed when Mashiach will come from what's explained in Pasha Vayetzi in Terei and the Pasuk V'Shavti B'Sholom Beisovi. Because the Shomes come from Shem Havai, and then they come through Shem Elikim to be able to be lower to the lower levels, so they should be able to come into a Gufā Gashmi. But when Mashiach will come, we know that Yaakov said, "V'hoy Hashem li l'elikim," that the Shem Havai will be Shem Elikim compared to revelation of Atzilus and Sei Baruch Hu. That is the Eidus of that Simtzum that will be Nizgale. Just like Shem Elikim is a nartik, is a cover on the sun, that Shem Havai is Nizgal through Shem Elikim. And this is what we said, K'Havai Elikim, Lo Sid Love, the Gilev Atzilus and Sei Baruch Hu. Through Shem Havai, he'll be Shem Elikim. And this is the Neshamas HaChadoshes. They come from Seviv Kol Almin, they'll need to come to Shem Elikim, which Shem Elikim Havaya, Shem Havaya. They'll need to come through this Elikim in order to come down to us. But these very high Neshamas will have to elevate us, and this is the Levyosin of the Sherabon. If you look into the Maimer of the Tzemach of the Likkutei Torah in Pasha Shlach and Yashem Malekechem, Pasha Tzitzis, he has a whole adichus over there. It says, Kim Yisrael Yeshemech in Pashas Vayishlach to the Malach, when they were fighting, he told them your name will be Yisrael. And then the Eibush himself told him later, a couple of psukim later, he told him when he revealed himself, your name will be Yisrael. Says the Rabbi here, it looks like these are the two levels of the Neshamas. The first level of the Neshamas is Yisrael. These are the levels of Golus, all the Neshamas and other Marish. And the second level, the Eibush Hashem says, Yisrael Yishemech, is talking about the new Neshamas. That'll come, Mashiach will come, and they will all elevate us by the Sud of the Levios and the Sherabon. Yashakoyach. So the Eibus Delphim should be Zoiche, to be elevated, and to have the Giluyim of Mashiach very soon.